Have you ever had a day where nothing dramatic happened, yet your body stayed tight and tired as if it was bracing for impact? Your shoulders creep up, your jaw clenches, your mind keeps scanning, waiting for the next bad thing. This is not ordinary stress. It is survival mode, a nervous system stuck in hypervigilance, treating modern life as danger. A vague email from your boss, a message left on read, traffic that will not move, even silence can land in the body like a threat. In this video, we will name the signs, unpack the biology, and learn how to speak to your nervous system in the language it trusts, so the alarm can finally stand down. When I say survival mode, I mean your system is living in a constant ready stance, prepared to fight, run, or freeze, even when there is no clear danger in front of you. Normal stress comes in waves. You tense, you respond, and then you come back down. Survival mode is different because the tension becomes the baseline, and relaxation starts to feel unfamiliar, almost suspicious. Your nervous system is not reading spreadsheets or social cues the way your mind does. It is reading signals, tone, uncertainty, speed, and unpredictability. So the threats of modern life do not have to be dramatic to be registered as real. A vague subject line, a late reply, a calendar packed too tight, an endless stream of notifications, they all land as micro-alarms. Over time, your body learns that the world is something you must constantly monitor, and it stays online for danger. So how do you know you are living there? The body usually speaks first. Your shoulders and neck stay tight as if they are holding up the whole world. Your jaw is set, your hands are subtly clenched, your breath lives high in the chest, and even quiet sounds can feel irritating. You might notice a constant urge to brace, like you are waiting for impact, even during simple moments like washing dishes or checking your phone. Then it shows up in sleep and energy. You feel exhausted, but you cannot fully shut down. You fall asleep late, you wake up too early, or you wake up and your nervous system is already running as if it clocked in before you did. Rest does not restore you because your system never truly powers down. It also shows up in the gut and in the mind. Digestion gets sensitive, appetite gets strange, you crave sugar or caffeine, and your body feels unsettled after meals. Your memory becomes foggy, your attention breaks easily, and your thoughts keep looping. You replay conversations, you predict worst-case scenarios, you scan for what might go wrong. There is often a quiet sense of doom, not always as panic, but as a background expectation that something bad is coming. And finally, it touches connection. You can be around people and still feel distant, guarded, slightly disconnected from warmth. You may smile, you may function, yet inside you feel closed. If you recognize yourself here, it does not mean you are broken. It means your system has been trying to keep you safe for a long time. This happens because your nervous system does not distinguish between a real threat and an imagined one the way your thinking mind wants it to. It is not designed to interpret productivity tools, social nuance, or digital silence. It is designed to detect signals and to keep you alive. So it listens for uncertainty, for sudden changes, for cues that something might be wrong. In older environments, danger was often clear and time-bound. You saw it, you responded, and it ended. Modern stress is different. It is vague, repetitive, and rarely feels finished. A message that is short, a meeting moved without explanation, a boss who is hard to read, traffic that traps you, deadlines that slide but never disappear. None of these are life-threatening, but they are unpredictable. And unpredictability is one of the fastest ways to keep the body on alert. When small stressors repeat without a clean resolution, the system learns a painful rule: stay ready, stay scanning, do not relax, because the next thing could happen at any moment. It is not weakness, it is conditioning. Your body is adapting to a world that keeps pressing the alarm button, even when the danger is only implied. Biologically, you can think of this as two main modes inside your system. One is the sympathetic response, the fight or flight engine that mobilizes energy. The other is the parasympathetic response, the rest and digest state that restores, repairs, and reconnects. In survival mode, the sympathetic side is running too long and too loud, Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline stay elevated. Your heart rate and muscle tone subtly rise, and your attention becomes danger-oriented. Your brain starts asking what is wrong before it asks what is beautiful. It becomes efficient at spotting risk, but not at receiving safety. And because the body has limited resources, something has to be sacrificed. When the parasympathetic system is effectively offline, your body cannot fully invest in sleep, deep digestion, immune repair, creativity, or social bonding. That is why you can be tired yet wired, hungry yet unsettled, surrounded by people yet unable to feel close. It is also why simply telling yourself to calm down often fails. Calm is not an idea that you can think your way into. Calm is a physiological state that the nervous system must be guided back toward through signals it can trust. When you understand that, the shame begins to loosen, and the path forward becomes much more practical. And this is where the root matters, because hypervigilance is rarely a personality trait. It is often a history. For some people, it starts in childhood, in homes where moods were unpredictable, where you learned to read the room before you spoke, where you had to walk on eggshells to stay safe or to stay loved. For others, it comes from a clear trauma, an accident, a betrayal, an illness, a season of loss, anything that taught the body that life can change without warning. And for many, it is not one big event at all. It is the slow accumulation of small stresses that never get processed. Years of pushing through, staying capable, staying useful, staying on. Survival mode can be the reason you became high functioning. It can be the reason you got things done, stayed alert, stayed ahead of problems. In the past, that strategy may have protected you. It may have helped you endure what you could not control. But a strategy that saves you in one chapter can imprison you in the next. The nervous system keeps using an old map for a new territory, and you end up living as if you are still in danger, even when the danger has already passed. That is why you cannot think your way out of survival mode. Meditation and journaling can help, but if your body is still sounding the alarm, those practices can feel frustrating, even pointless. When the nervous system believes there is danger, the brain prioritizes survival, not reflection. The parts of you that plan, integrate, and see the bigger picture go dim, while the scanning part takes over. So you sit down to breathe and your mind rebels. You try to reframe and your body stays tight. The shift has to start in the language your system understands, through sensation. Breath that lengthens the exhale, movement that discharges trapped energy, touch that signals safety, sound that slows the rhythm. Simple practices that tell the body, right now, in this moment, we are not being chased. Then the mind can follow the body back into clarity. So here is a practical reset path in 4 layers, because your nervous system learns through repetition, not through lectures. First, build safety cues into your baseline. Choose a steadier rhythm for waking, eating, and sleeping. Not perfect, just predictable enough that your body can stop guessing. Make your space feel less sharp. Softer lighting in the evening, fewer sudden notification sounds, warmer textures, a chair that supports you, a corner that your system starts to associate with ease. Add one small ritual that repeats daily, a warm drink, a slow shower, a 3-minute stretch, a brief walk after lunch. Consistency is persuasive to the body. Repetition says, nothing is chasing you right now. Second, learn how to regulate in the moment when the alarm is already loud. Try box breathing by counting 4 in, hold 4, out 4, hold 4 for a few rounds. Or use progressive muscle release by gently tensing the shoulders, jaw, and hands, then letting them soften, long enough to feel the difference between effort and release. Ground with the 5 senses. Name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 sounds you hear, 2 scents you notice, 1 taste in your mouth. You are not forcing calm. You are guiding attention back to the present, where the threat is not real. Third, expand your window of tolerance, because resilience is built like a muscle. You do not avoid stress forever. You increase your capacity to move through it without tipping into panic or shutdown. This can be rhythmic movement like walking, strength training at a gentle level, yoga, or slow mobility work, paired with breath that makes the exhale a little longer than the inhale. It can also be carefully chosen challenges that are just barely uncomfortable, Sending one message you have been avoiding, saying no once, doing focused work for 25 minutes, then coming back to regulation. Stress, recover, repeat. Over time, the system learns that activation does not have to become danger. Fourth, befriend the nervous system instead of fighting it. Hypervigilance is often a protective part, a guard that learned to stay awake so you could survive. When it rises, meet it with respect. You can say, "I feel you, thank you for trying to protect me," and then offer evidence that the threat has passed. Feel your feet on the floor, turn your head slowly and look around the room. Let your shoulders drop. Give your body proof, not arguments. The goal is not to erase this part, but to retrain it so it can finally rest when rest is what you need. As the alarm softens, the changes are often quiet but profound. Sleep begins to deepen, not every night, but more often, and you wake up with less of that immediate jolt. Digestion steadies, cravings for quick stimulants ease, and your body feels more settled after you eat. Your mind gets clearer, fewer loops, fewer rehearsals, less forecasting catastrophe, more ability to focus on what is actually in front of you. Social connection becomes easier because you are not bracing through every interaction. You listen without scanning, you speak without over-explaining, you feel closer without trying so hard, and something else returns. Creativity, curiosity, small moments of joy that used to feel distant. This is not just self-care. A regulated nervous system is contagious. When you become calmer, people around you often feel safer too, and that safety ripples outward. Right now, check in for a moment. If your nervous system had one word today, what would it be? Tense, tired, numb, shaky, heavy, calm, scattered. Drop that one word in the comments, because naming is a form of safety. And when this video ends, try 2 rounds of box breathing, then let your shoulders fall an inch, slowly, like you are giving your body permission to exhale. If you want more grounded content on nervous system regulation, healing, and awakening that actually fits modern life, subscribe. We will keep building safety, one small signal at a time, until your body remembers it is allowed to rest.